Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca and with Greenleaf. Now, y'all know this is my show, right? I don't know how to not give you a thorough review on something as intricate as the Greenleaf. So, each and every review will be thorough, as most of my reviews are, especially on shows that I like. And y'all know I love an old nasty piece of church drama. And this is revving up to give me exactly what I want. So here we are to do the review for Greenleaf. This is season 4, episode 1, Original Sin. Now, child, we open with Church Down to Calvary, aka Harmony and Hope also. While Bishop and Lady May is sitting in the pews trying to hold faith, some chick, not Charity, was hyping up the church with song. Then Bob Whitmore, founder of the Harmony and Hope Ministries, come up to speak, and he instantly rubbing the congregation wrong, talking about he ain't never seen so many beautiful hats in one place. Like that ain't what they do down to the church. Y'all seen the ladies in the congregation not feeling him one bit, and me neither. Now Grace was sitting in the pulpit, and you can tell she ain't feeling it. It don't feel right to her, as he welcomed the congregation to the family, and child have credited that demon Connie Sykes for contacting him and Phil DeMarco about joining Harmony and Hope. It's clear this is all about money, and Bishop and Lady May know it. And then we see him call Grace up to preach. And did y'all hear him when he told her to keep it short? Child, we already know this ain't gonna work for Bishop. Now, after church, Grace is, she let her mom and dad know that the sermon was short because Bob told her to. And she was just complying because she can't rock the boat, at least not yet. She said they will be out of Calvary in a year, so let's keep a calm and level heads when dealing with this. We saw one of the members, Bishop says, voted against him, trying to readjust the things. It's all so new, and everything. He's even, he has even changed it around so that the foyer don't even look the same. It's got a bunch of pictures of him and this faith, what is it, Harmony and Hope Ministries. Child, they even moved the refreshment stand. Lady didn't even know where the cookies was, child. And you know these sisters like they cookies and chat after church. A hot mess is what I saw. We saw Grace say that they will work to regain the hearts and the confidence of the church. And when when Grace is placed in charge, they're going to vote out Hope and Harmony people. Just stay calm. But Bishop is not feeling it. He said he doubts people will speak to a seance of service. He said he doubts people gonna stick around for a seance of a service. And then he notices Connie talking to Bob. He wanna go all in, really. Lady May and Grace urging him not to. They urging him to just be cool, and he say he gonna agree right then, but just working on him. Grace then says she's going to a meeting with Bob, and they tell her don't forget Jacob and Charity, and she says she definitely will not, right? I think she had a meeting with Phil first. Yeah, it was Phil she met up with first. Then Lady May decides, let me go speak to Connie and Bob. She basically low-key scolded them about the shortness of the sermon, to which they said the collection plate wasn't short, though. Lady May says it's two things humans do that they need to take their time, and preaching is one of it. He agreed, but see, he quickly stopped and got away from her because he knew Lady May was locked and ready, although she had said Sunday was her day of restraint and she wasn't going to engage in a full-out warfare. He knows she ain't the one to really be played with. So he walks away, makes an excuse to go. I got to call my family. Connie then says she don't care if Bishop turned the church over to Lady May or not. It wasn't his to do, and her and none of the deacons want her in charge. Not now, not a year from now, not never. Then after she spewed her venom at Lady May, she went to walk away. Lady May noticed that she had some tissue stuck to the bottom of her feet. So she called out to her Connie. Connie got such a bad attitude, she opted not to tell her that she got that tissue stuck to the bottom of her feet. Let her go and walk around here looking crazy. Now, Phil and Grace is in that meeting. He said Bob may disagree with her wanting Charity and Jacob as associate pastors, especially when Jacob barely escaped being charged with fraud over at Triumph, and as for Charity, she almost got arrested for kidnapping in Florida. Grace says the thing is important to keep the structure of the church. Phil said it's important for her. It's important to her. No one else cares. So she said, how about assistance? And he basically said it ain't never gonna happen, and he left. Bishop go see Bob. Bob is in his office, feet up on the desk and everything else, talking about he got bad circulations and he needed to find a place to charge his phone up. Bishop said, I came in here to talk to you about my friend Mike Evans and Harmony and Hope and how this ministry took over his church. Y'all tried for the longest time to get him to sign up with you all, but when that failed, you hired a PI to look into his private life, found out he had a pill problem due to a back injury he sustained while trying to help people in New Orleans after Katrina, and y'all took that info to the board who voted him out, and months later, Mike basically died. Bishop said that ain't God. Bob said, well, it's great that they were able to take over the church. No church should suffer because of what the leader does. He was trying to be sly with Bishop, and he wasn't having it. He said he's not sure why Bob there and why Calvary was on their radar, but he aims to find out. And when he does, he will make sure that he's gone, him and his people. He said they're going to dissolve like smoke, child. Bob said he will pray that God removes the spirit of resentment from him, because it can't be good for his heart. He mentioned that he met Bishop's ex, Lady May. He called her a Spitfire and asked Bishop, how did you let her get away? He thanked him for letting him charge his phone in the office and calmly walked away. Aaron and Grace are on the phone. She offered for him to come over to the church now that there were Harmony and Hope. It should be, more accepting. Because we know, Connie was giving him grief over there at the church when it was Calvary under the Greenleaf because she got a problem with the gays, basically. She tells him also Phil declined her request to instate Charity and Jacob as associate pastors. Hold on, y'all. Okay, he declined her request to instate Charity and Jacob as associate pastors. He said she had to have known that was going to happen. She just wanted to give them something, she says. He said giving them a job is the same as what your mother did, keeping everything a secret all this time. To her, it's different, but he said no, it's just an attempt to smooth things over when change may be actually what needs to happen. And she got quiet for a minute. He was like, are you there? She said, yeah, I'm just taking in the fact that my little brother just schooled me. And I said, oh, so we acknowledging that that's the brother now. Oh, how cool. I'm all right with that. Now, over at Jacob and Carissa's, they packing up stuff. They about to move back on into the Greenleaf plantation. I'm sorry, the Greenleaf estates. I ain't going to say plantation for the sensitive ones in the back. Zora comes in there, say Winky won't stop farting while she trying to work. Winky say he can't help it, and Carissa said, well, it's all his grandmother's fault. She won't stop feeding him dairy. Jacob found that all to be funny. Then Zora says she need her space. She asked if she move into Noah's old cabin on the Greenleaf estate. See how I said that? Carissa said if anyone moving into that cabin, it's going to be her. Both parents reminded her after the whole Isaiah debacle, they keeping a good eye on her. Zara asked if she could just ask Lady May herself, and Carissa said yeah, but warned her she ain't gonna do nothing but say no. Now, when they was having this conversation, Jacob got a call that he declined. The minute the kids left the room, Carissa starts wanting to know who was that. He said it ain't Tasha, so she wanted to know, well, who was it? He said it's a lady named Doris Sanders. She's a member over at Triumph. And he doesn't know exactly what she wants, but that's who she is. Child, we learned that it's only been a week since the whole mess happened with Tasha, Basie, and Rochelle. So, and Jacob, like I said, is packing because they finna move back into the Greenleaf estate. She want to know why she has never met that lady, and he reminded her because she was barely at Trump. You spend most of your time at Excellence. I'm assuming that's that school she got. Her fear is that Tasha, Basie, and Rochelle is still out there, and it could be plotting on them. So she asks Jacob not to not to return Miss Doris' call. Over at Calvary, Phil and Bob having a meeting, and he's saying that he want Grace to move into the bishop's office to kill the notion that this is some bad dream and they haven't lost their church. They then discuss Grace wanting her sister and brother to be associate pastors, APs at the church. And Bob said he understood why, but it's not happening, so it's no big deal. Bob is about to go check on other churches, and he said by the time I come back, I want her in this office, but I'm going to go check to make sure our other affiliates are moving smoothly. Now, at the Greenleaf, Charity coming at Grace because she couldn't get them the AP position at the church. She said Grace got them dookie. Carissa is asking her to stop with the language because her nephew's sitting right there. Charity say, well, it's good. He needs to hear this. He needs to never expect anything from his sister. Grace explained that they have no leverage at this point. And if she steps down because Phil won't agree to Jacob and Charity as APs, then Phil will eventually take over, and they will have exactly what she said they got now, which is Dookie. Charity says she's not sure that they don't have it now, basically saying, you the person in charge right now, and I don't think that highly of you. Carissa and Charity just taking jabs at Grace. And Carissa said since Grace's homecoming, it has been downhill for the family. Now, Bishop said that wasn't necessary. Lady Mae wanted to know what exactly has Carissa lost more than her and Bishop. Child, she kept saying Gigi is selfish if she don't do anything for her brother and sister. And I mean, they kept making it like Gigi return sealed their fate, but that's not the truth. It's the secrets y'all hide up in this family and within that church that has blown up in your faces, okay? At this point, Gigi done got pissed. She jumped up and noticed Carissa got real quiet. She looked like she had a little fear in her heart, but Gigi just simply said, excuse me, mama. Then Carissa, who is clearly drunk because she been drinking since they was packing at their old house, and now she sitting at that table gulping wine. Carissa said it's clear that she started talking again. She said she earned her right to speak. Lady Mae say her attitude basically need readjusting, and imagine what your children take from that. Then she said she can't continue to live there, and Lady Mae say why. The acres, the staff, the wing, all of that is rent-free. So what is your issue? Child, she got her ass away from the table. She ain't be ready for Lady Mae's reads. Bishop told Jacob when she walked off, you need to handle that and keep her out the wine so much. He said he will do, but it's just her trying to adjust. Lady Mae goes to see Grace, who is upset about how she was attacked at the table. She says she didn't do anything wrong, and she knows why Phil and possibly Bob are opposed to Jacob and Charity being APs at the church. Lady Mae said it's not about all of that. It's about what she can do to keep this family together right now. Grace feels like, look, I just need this off my head. I am tired of walking around with the cloud that I'm lying a daughter over my head. It's a secret. It's too much. Lady Mae said, child, the secret is actually hanging over mine. And they will tell them once they get their church back and they're all united back together as they should be. Grace then says, I will ask Bob about the AP positions. Lady Mae said, don't ask him. Tell him. Jacob tells Carissa that he did in fact speak with Miss Doris, and her son plays for the Memphis Red Devils, and she wants him to be his life coach because he's going through a little rough patch. Now, how much it pays, he not sure, but he's going to accompany Miss Doris to see the GM the next day. Child, Lady Mae was taking her clothes off preparing for bed when Bishop saw it. He's standing there admiring her, before he announced his presence, and then asked, when did she think he would be able to move back into their quarters? She said, when we remarried and in love. She assumed. So he asked her, so you're not in love with me anymore? And she says, I always have loved you, James, but I'm not in love. See, Lady May want to be courted again, and he going to have to sweep her off her feet because she a woman now who has had a lot. She said she can't imagine, what exactly he going to have to do, but he going to have to do something, and he going to have to do it quickly. He said, good to know it, and he went to leave. Child Gigi wakes up in the middle of the night, check her message. Someone from a correctional facility in Arizona that hit her, and she seemed somewhat alarmed by that, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Child Zora goes to see Lady May about their cabin, and said if she returning to Bible study, she could be talked to about that. She reminded her one day that this church will be back ours, and it could pass down to you. Zora doubtful God will call upon her, but says, instead of getting up at 5 a.m. for Bible studies, how about 5:30? And Lady May was willing to compromise, agreed to it, and told her where the keys was. Phil comes to Grace saying that she needs to move into her new office before Bob returns from his trip. She says she will go in there when she gets some time. She goes into her current office, check her messages, and she got one this time from Noah saying that they need to talk, child. They need to talk. Now, either she knows something is wrong or hearing from him has surprised her greatly. Okay, I don't know which one it is. Who knows? But we shall find out in this episode. Child Charity trying to convince Phil she ready to preach. She said after I lost my child and then I lost Kevin to the gays, she knows she ready. She said Grace hates her and that's why she didn't fight for her to be an AP at the church. She says she is a good Greenleaf, better than Grace. He says, well, if she can be his eyes and ears during this year of transition with the Greenleafs, he will probably wind up being instated as pastor, and at that point, for her help, he will gladly make her an AP. Spy on your family and I'll reward you is what I heard. How about y'all? Now, Grace is now moved into the bishop's office, honey, and Bob comes to see her. She wanted to talk to him anyway. Now, while they preparing to have their talk, Jacob is over there with Doris talking to the GM of the Memphis Red Devils and about her son Dante and how he's going through a little rough patch, and she feels that Jacob would be great for the team as well as her son. Now, the GM, Perry, Miss Doris called him, said that Jacob is not currently employed by anybody, and he also mentioned that situation at Triumph. Now, Jacob say that he was cleared of all wrongdoings at Triumph. The GM Perry said, but it still would look better if your name was on some church letterhead. And Jacob said, well, I'm hoping to hear back something today about an AP position over at Calvary. Back at the church in Grace's office, she talking to Bob about walking away from her job at the church if he doesn't hire Charity and Jacob. Bob said he'd been following Grace even back in Arizona, and he urging her to put her family conflicts aside and reach for what God has for her. He reminds her putting family first can be a mistake at times, but she stood adamant that he hire her sister and brother as APs or she out. Jacob returns home to tell Carissa that if Gigi gets him hired as the AP, then that job with the Red Devils is secured. And she is less than optimistic about it because, she don't think Grace is going to do anything to help Jacob or Charity. We see Sophia and Zora talking. So Zora is looking at this picture of the Dante Saunders person. Now, this is the same boy that allegedly ran over a Confederate flag and his blood alcohol level was twice the legal level. And Sophia trying to figure out what's up. She tells her Jacob's supposed to be his new life coach, spiritual coach, or whatever it is, but I plan on being his love coach. Child, like she ain't just get away from insane Isaiah. Sophia not feeling her wanting to deal with another bad boy, but it's her decision. She didn't tell Zora Roberto came by to say goodbye because see, Sophia is about to go off to college soon. Zora don't really want her to go and offer her to stay at the cabin and continue to be boring with Roberto, but Sophia has declined, saying she has to go. Now, lastly, we see Grace meet up with the family again. She said Bob, she didn't get what she wanted, but she was out, and Bob agreed to bring Jacob in as an associate pastor. Now, Charity, of course, is mad. Charity feels Grace didn't push for her, and Grace is trying to explain that, look, I kind of didn't want to keep arguing because we don't want to lose any footings with these people. Plus, it wasn't making sense. Charity not trying to hear it. She all about herself with a little selfish self. She mad Jacob was in and not her. Carissa said, well, Jacob has run a church before. Charity, of course, feels now that Carissa's got what she wanted. She's all good and to hell with her. Child, they got into it. She was talking about whooping Carissa's ass and noticed Carissa wasn't scared of her. Not like she had that fear in her face when Gigi stood up at that table at her. Baby, the family finally get them to stop the bull, but Charity is upset. She all in tears talking about nobody in the family cares about her. Child, she runs upstairs. Marisol got the baby. The baby want his mama. She saying child wants his parent. She buys past her child and say that mama's busy. And goes in and calls Phil. And guess what she said? I'm in. So because her feelings hurt, she can't have it her way. She willing to go into cahoots with Phil, who is only playing her, never gonna make her an associate pastor. But if he can tell her that lie and get her to spy on her family and feed him tea, he will feed her that lie. And because she's so selfish and broken, she can't see it. Finally, we see Grace answer Noah's call. She apologized. She ain't been answering because she been busy, So he tell her, that's cool, but I'm trying to find out why did I receive a call from an inmate in Arizona saying he their son. Child, wait. How in the hell would Grace and Noah have a child that's old enough to be in jail, child? Unless they was hunching way back when Grace left some 20-odd years ago. And they continued to do it when she moved there. Girl, didn't I tell you? This church drama gives me everything. 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 Yes, God, honey. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all that I had for this episode of Greenleaf. Remember to get down in that panty section, y'all. Y'all know I like to hear from y'all. In closing, as always, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YouTube streets. Comment down below. Let me know what you feel about this exciting season and opener for Greenleaf. Child, are you ready for the mess? Because I'm here for it. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already for the free 99. Also, tap your notification bell button and set it to all so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you will be notified. Y'all, when I get to the house, I'm going to try to watch Queen Sugar from last night. If I get a chance to watch it, I will try to upload it tonight. But if not, it will come tomorrow along with our weekend, our end of the week, mess talking. I got to be careful, you two watching me. Anyway, we're going to do all of that. If not tomorrow, we will do it. If not tonight, we'll do Queen Sugar tomorrow for sure. And I'll have the weekly segment with all of the trending, what's been going on in the world of entertainment this week for you all wrapped up in a nice little bow tie and 2 videos on this channel. Please also remember to subscribe to my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, where I do reviews over there as well. The only reviews that, again, I will keep on this channel will be the reviews for the have and have-nots, the review for Queen Sugar, and the review for Greenleaf. These are the only 3 reviews that I will leave over on this channel. The playlists are still available on this channel for the old videos, but any new reviews that I may do, new shows I take on, such as Love After Lockup, will all be over on the backup channel, so please make sure you subscribe. I will soon be doing a live over there when I get off early enough and feel enough energy to do so. Subscribe, child. That's it. That's all. I'll see you guys on the next video. Enjoy the remainder of your Thursday. Child, I'm a day off. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.